Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a wonderful, fantabulous, and mystical day. My name is Emmanuel Aguilar, aka Mystic Fox 4, and I haven't been on for a while. A lot of different things coming into it, but I'm not even going to get into that. Anywho, so today I wanted to make a video kind of explaining some of the stuff that my card game is based around, because due to my recent leave, I started playing a lot of card games and kind of getting into that whole thing that I liked in the first place. Like what I was interested in before, or like maybe things I didn't understand, things like that, in order for me to create my own card game. So, I have a little video presentation that I'm going to do for you guys in a minute that's going to be showcasing some of my card game and how, people playing it and experiencing it for the first time. And then, but before that, I'm going to talk a little bit about the rules, because during the video, I just wanted them to play. I didn't want to like dictate a lot of stuff. I just wanted to see how they would interpret things or do things. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the rules before we get to that. So, in my card game, in order to win, you have to destroy or kill, 6 different units. That could be survivors or zombies. You could also kill constructs, but that's a very niche thing, because most constructs, they're like robots or refrigerators or things like that. They can't actually give you HQ cards, which is what you need 6 of. So at the beginning of the game, one player, or both players actually, they set 5 cards aside that dictate, that's basically your HP. You take them from the top of your deck, you put them on the side. Now, the opponent has to kill 6 and kill 5 units, and then kill 1 more, and that gives them the win. The last kill gets them the win. Now, in order for you to even do that, you have to play units. So there's 2 zones to play units. There's the battlefield, and then there is the safe house. Now, what are these, right? So I'm going to maybe throw something up here so you guys can see an image of it. Now, the safe house comprises of 2 sections. We have the battlefield, and we have the safe house. Or this is actually just a playing field. Now you can see the image up on the screen. So the top part, that's the battlefield. It has 3 sections in it. It has 1 through 3. The bottom part is 1 through 4. This is what's known as your safe house. Units typically can't be attacked in this area. And the safe house itself, like a structure, it's like, in a zombie apocalypse, you're defending yourself from all of these monsters, ghouls, whatever. And so you typically want to stay stronger in these buildings. And survivors in this world, what they do is they'll create weapons or power themselves up in that way, because survivors, like everyday Joes, right? Everyday people, we don't actually get stronger in the terms of like, oh, we get like tougher and stuff on our skin, kind of like zombies would. We typically use our brains, which, contrary to belief, some people may have a little bit more of others. I don't know. So, we utilize weapons, or we craft weapons, and that's what's in the game known as combo weapons. Won't get into that just yet, because I'm kind of jumping the gun there. But 2 zones: battlefield, safe house. Safe house, you make stuff, and you keep your unit safe. Now, your safe house can be destroyed. You have up to 3 different times you can get hit to your safe house. So your safe house, if you don't have anything in the battlefield, and your opponent attacks you, they deal 1 point of damage to your safe house. They cannot deal more than 1, depending on what the unit is. Now, doesn't matter what level the unit is, unless the unit says like it's what's called a breaker unit. It can deal more damage to your safe house, but typically it doesn't do that. It's just 1 damage, passes the turn. That's about it. Now, once it takes 3 damage, your safe house is destroyed. It's open. So what that means is zombies can run in, they can, attack you, and they have free reign. Or survivors, zombies aren't immune to this safe house rule. See, they also have a safe house, and, they utilize it, right? Now, survivors thrive more inside of the safe house, because they have, by far, more effects that allow them to get stronger faster. Zombies do not. Zombies have some, right? They have some effects that do well inside of the safe house, but by the most part, they thrive more on the battlefield, because they're zombies. They have more of when attacking effects and things like that. So sometimes you want your safe house to be open, sometimes you want it to be closed. This is mainly due to not risking your units being destroyed, and you can build your board and get really big, and then come out swinging. But by the most part, you want to kind of focus on keeping it safe or knowing when to put a unit in the battlefield and when to take it out. Units have a swap cost that's indicated on the bottom right. I'll throw up a survivor right there so you can see it. But by the most part, that's typically what it is. Now the mana system. Mana system, very simple. Think of it like Tug of War, right? I'll show the image right here so you guys can see it. It's basically Tug of War. You have two sides of the card or of the mana system, and whenever you play a card, it goes towards that side in that number. Now, if a player doesn't have a card to play or they don't have like enough resources to cast it, doesn't matter. So basically how it works is if you play a card that costs more than what you have up to 0, it gives them that much resource, your opponent. So you just kind of got to strategize. Like, do I want to give them this much resource because it's kind of a lot? It's a significant amount, and they can do more with it. Or do I want to give them less and just not play as many things or leave myself a little bit more vulnerable so that in the hopes I can gain a lead that way? So you kind of got to strategize how you want to play the game. Some people want to play it more aggressively. Some people want to play it more defensively. In the future, I will make units that are going to like fix your safe house. So once it's broken, they can rebuild it. Blah blah blah. This or that. But by the most part, that is simply how it's played. If a player chooses not to use their resources all the way, they can gain up to a maximum of 3 what are called reserved resources. That is indicated by the little blue section on the on the little thing on the mana system. Other than that, that is basically it. Objective of the game is to kill 6 units. So if you only put 5 of these HQ cards on the side, so after the 5th one they need to kill 1 more, and then that declares the victory. So after the 5th one, you can't get extra security cards and stuff like that because there is no more. So, or I mean, I say security because it's in reference to like a bunch of other games, but that's generally your life points. And then there's also what's called the workbench. Now the workbench is very simple. Basically for zombies, you can sacrifice zombies into that zone and make these little like abomination things that are like very much in the reference of Yu-Gi-Oh! Special Summoned. Or for survivors, you craft these weapons in your workbench, which are like, you'll have like these, they're called combo weapons, and you can equip these weapons to your survivors to give them a little bit more kick, or you can make weapons that are units, they're called constructs, and they're kind of annoying. You can put those on the battlefield. There's different ways of making them. You'll see in the game when you're actually watching it, but that's a general rundown. Hopefully you found this insightful. I will leave it down in the description below the full document of like how the game's played, like the rules and stuff. I know I kind of glazed over a couple of things, but this is just a broad overview of the rules on how it's played. Now, hopefully you guys enjoy.
Okay, alright. Getting the hang of it. Easy does it. Bread. And then flip. See any of that? Whoops. And then, yeah, so let's just move you all up here. I draw 4 cards, right?
Yeah, you draw 5.